Oh, that's a lovely sight. A big pile of speckies on my workbench, and all of them have stickers saying they're broken. Thank you, Santa.
Would you look at that?
Adrian Black of the brilliant Adrian's Digital Basement often has repairathons. It's not appropriate for me to copy the bodged father. So welcome to this Enduro-REPAIR series. Totally different. Definitely not copying anyone. It's funny I should mention the frankly glorious Adrian Black. If this is your first time on the internet and you're interested in retro repairs, I suppose it's possible you might not have heard of the daddy of all retro repair channels, Adrian's Digital Basement. I'm a huge fan and have learned so much from his content. One important lesson that Adrian often repeats on his channel is, actually, I won't spoil it. See if you can spot it as you watch. The fact I watch as much of Adrian's content as I do, and this repair ended up where it did, well, that's just a lesson that no matter how good you think you are, you will slip up eventually and make yourself look like a right Burke. So you have that to look forward to. I shuffled this pack of Spectrums and this joker here is the one I drew. The sticker says, "Power but colours, yet again."
That might be alright.
It won't. It's trash.
A 6. Ugh.
The ULA that tends to fail quite a lot. And inside we have an issue 3B. It's quite a common revision, but I've only worked on a few of these.
It's been recapped. Apart from these ones. And these ones. But these have all been replaced.
This is easy to tell as the black axial capacitors were the cheaper option for quite a while. They are sadly no longer available, so us repairers are having to use the authentic looking blue ones, and they cost quite a bit for a full set. I buy mine from my favourite parts supplier, Retroleum. You might be able to buy a cheaper set elsewhere, but Phil Ruston includes extra capacitors for all revisions, as well as the transistors and capacitor for the Composite Mod. This ends up being great value for money.
Huh? Oh, it's so cold.
I won't plug a Spectrum in without first running through a few basic tests. Checking for unusual resistance on the voltage rails. Firstly on the voltage regulator and then on the lower memory.
Side.
If that all checks out okay, and it does on this occasion, the next thing to test is the coil, looking for shorts between the windings. That checks out good too.
Excellent.
The last thing on the list are the transistors at TR4 and TR5. I've taken to testing these in circuit initially on the back side of the board for convenience, using the diode test function of my multimeter. And this is all testing as expected too. Now I can plug this in and not worry too much, I might be making things worse.
Yep, it's good. What else is there? I don't think there is anything else. Plugging it in probably. So ready for the composite mod, but need to check voltages first. You can see that, yeah, that's much better. I've set the power supply to 9 volts and 800 milliamp current limit, and switching it on, it's drawing 629 milliamps. So the output side is perfect 5 volts. That's great. Let's check the voltages on the -5 is good, 12 is good, and 5 is excellent, perfect. This is lovely. It's probably just something simple, like a bad memory somewhere. So I'll just do the composite mod and stick in the Dandanator and give it a test.
Sounds like a great plan. What could go wrong? I could plug this in with the RF signal and test that way, but it's a big pain to tune the TV in each time. I find it easier just to composite mod, so I know what I'm dealing with.
Goes in there. Getting them both in at the same time is the trick. Oh, I forgot to desolder
it. There. All done.
Marvellous.
Now I can plug this in, switch it to the right input and see what the problem is.
Nothing.
Oh dear, where are all the colours that the post-it note from Paul promised? Pick up a penguin.
Right, so far I have powered it on. Voltages are okay on the lower RAM. And there's no output on the video at all, which confuses me.
I'm blaming this on the cold conditions I'm working in this week. It's literally sub-zero in the workshop. I'm wearing heated gloves, heated body warmer, thermal under everything and many layers. Having an oscilloscope to see the signals on the board is so helpful. I scope every pin on this CPU and the conclusion is it's working perfectly, with every single signal being perfect. Next, I check all the signals going to and from the RAM. These are all good too. And for good measure, I check around the ULA too.
Okay, let's try this with this. This is a known working one. I'm off. One, two, three, four. Let's just see if it works first.
Would you look at that?
What?
So the first thing you should do is check everything with a known working board to make sure you have a set of cables, power supply and display that are all working. Plugging in a machine to test is something you should do right at the start. Well, at least I'm worked my way round to doing the right thing in the end.
Just turn you off for a minute. This could be embarrassing.
Could be. Just a smidge.
Right, here's a lesson for you. Verify your sources because I had the wrong lead plugged in. Oh my god, it works.
It's freaking working.
What? Okay, in that case, let's plug in the Ding-Donganator. Let's see what that says. Oh, might be a dodgy CPU on this one. Don't like that. Might be the cartridge slot.
Edge connector.
It's not that bad. Oh, it's quite bad. It's so cold in here, not even IPA is evaporating. Oh, it's cold. another option for this if this doesn't work.
What might not work here is the CPU on this Spectrum might have a poor M1 line, which is needed for many external devices. If the Dandanator doesn't work, it's likely this is the case. Another option is to replace the onboard ROM with a diagnostic one. Fortunately, the ROM on this machine is in a socket, so that will be a nice simple swap.
Yeah, CPU probably doesn't like cartridge
Edge connector
stuff. So let's ditch the cartridge and let's get the other thing. This.
Okay, that seems to be working well. Now we can find out exactly what the fault is. Lower RAM is okay.
Lower RAM is okay.
And the upper RAM is okay.
Try the other one. I like this one. I like the reassuring beep, 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 beep. Slightly dark picture, I'll have to change those transistors.
The capacitor version of the Composite Mod darkens the picture slightly. Replacing the transistors at TR1 and TR2 with BC549s brings the brightness back up to a good level.
Lovely.
Well then, this is a fully working Spectrum. No fix at all. The only entertainment here was me half freezing to death making daft mistakes.
Good. Alright, put it back together. Alright, let's try it. Oh, it's got the brass tabs, so if the keyboard does need changing, nice easy one. Don't spray contact cleaner on these. No keyboard activity at all. Nothing. That's quite unusual. Oh, it's a big crack. Yeah, that started giving way already, just from me moving it around. Nothing. Yeah, it's gone. Oh, it's gone up here as well.
That's a shame. At least this one has a nice brass tab version of the faceplate. So it'll be an easy one for Paul to replace once he gets this back. Here's a good example of what age does to these old membranes.
Completely shattered there. Like that. There's your problem. Okay. Can I just stick this keyboard in there for a sec just to make sure it works? This is an original membrane, but it's more plasticky than papery. Why is it not come on? Oh, it was already on. Each row works. And each column works. It's good enough for me. Send it back. one. Transistors. And that one goes that wrong way around. And this one goes this wrong way around. Pump just went off. It's so cold in here, you almost don't mind burning your hands. Oh, that's actually a nice picture. Sweet as. Tiny little bit of gel bars on there, but perfectly acceptable for a computer that is literally 40 years old. And this one is from 83, 84, so it's literally 38 years old. To be fair, that could have been changed. 84 ROM as well. Can't see what the date code is on the processor. 83. Nice. Now we can put it back together. Modded needs membrane. One down.
Okay, well, I certainly learned something this time out. We all make daft mistakes sometimes. It can be frustrating. But we're only human, and the best I can hope for is to not make this specific mistake again in the future. And I don't think I will. I think I'll probably find a whole new one to make next time. Probably in this lot. This is the next machine from this ENDURO-REPAIR pile, and it's definitely broken.
Yeah, I've not seen that one before.
I'll try to release these episodes with some other repairs mixed in so we don't get swamped by Sinclair stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye.